all too well, toddlers gone wild.
Yeah, well, we all like to think our children are perfect little darlings, but on occasion your little toddler might turn into a little terror. Those of us who have toddlers certainly know that. We have Judy Arnall here. She's a best-selling author and parenting expert. She's going to teach us how to rein in our toddlers gone wild, well, if that's even possible. So hello and welcome. So is there a distinction between a tantrum and just sort of a little expression of frustration?
Not much. It's either all or nothing for the toddlers. And what a tantrum is, it's them expressing their frustration and anger in body language because they don't have the words.
They don't. And so what does this body language include? What can it include?
It can include anything as mild as crying, screaming on the floor, and there are some toddlers that actually hold their breath. They can vomit, and they can bang their heads.
Okay, so I mean, for those of us who have children who are going through this phase, I mean, is this something that we're aiming to work with, or are we aiming to try to stop it? Is it possible to stop it?
It's not possible to stop it. You're aiming to survive it.
Right.
So what it is it's a matter of brain development and developing self-control. And most children get it around 3, 4, but it depends on the child. So all you're trying to do is keep them safe, keep calm yourself, and just not give in to you're the gatekeeper of the goodies. So you're imposing limits, but you don't want to give in to the limits. You want to help your child handle their emotions.
Because it's really hard to watch, you know, but you don't want to say, yes, you can have cookies for dinner, because that's just not appropriate, right?
Right, and it teaches the kids to keep on doing it to get their way.
Right.
So, yeah, so your job is to help them cope, and if you're in public, move them out of there to a quieter place.
Okay, and that's specifically why, by the way, you're holding a little doll there, because moving them is not always easy. My daughter actually had a tantrum last night. She wasn't kicking so much, but she was pinching me. But sometimes they're really writhing, and it can be really difficult.
It is. They're writhing, or they're doing that plank where they're straight forward. Right. So the best way to carry them out is to put your arm under their arms. Have them face forward, and then put your other arm between their legs so you've got a really good grip, and carry them out of a public place like that. Now, it's really hard for them to kick off their shoes and other stuff, but this is probably the best way to take them out to a quieter place and calm down.
They might bite your arm in that position, but you actually put this in. You were suggesting that to have something like, I mean, I thought this was a teething ring for, you know, a 6-month-old, but this actually can be effective.
It is. A lot of toddlers bite, and for them it's a matter of frustration, or it's a matter of teething too. So you have to give toddlers a positive. You can say, don't bite, or we don't bite people, but you have to give them something to do. So say, here, bite this. This is for biting.
Okay.
We don't hit. Here, let's get rid of our frustration by breathing. Breathe in, breathe out.
So giving an option, because that's what I'm going through right now with my daughter, hitting and pinching. Yeah. So, I mean, and I know it's totally normal. I mean, it is always distressing for a parent to watch their child exhibit that behavior, because you think, what does this mean for the long term? But
that's so true. Parents think, I have to nip this in the bud now, or it's gonna escalate, and not true. You're just getting them through a stage. So instead of biting, pinching, throwing, give them something else to do. Let's breathe. Sit with me for a while. Just try and get them to calm down, and then after, give them the words for how they're feeling. Eventually they'll learn the words.
Eventually they'll learn the words, although we all experience frustration. This is all outlined also in Discipline Without Distress. This is a book that Judy has written to help us with precisely this matter. And let's talk about the Baby and Tot show. You're there this weekend.
I am, both days.
So what are you speaking about? This?
Toddlers Gone Wild. How to handle hitting, pinching, biting, throwing.
Perfect. Well, I think you're going to have teams and teams of people there. It's at the BMO Center Stampede Park this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Judy's speaking at noon. Both days. More information at breakfasttelevision.ca. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Tara.
Coming up after the break, we catch up with Leah Sarich one more time for Fire Prevention Week, and one more look at the weather with Andy.
Your last look at the 7-day forecast coming up. You're going to see those temperatures on a bit of a slide. I'm getting choked up thinking about the weekend. Well, we're going to see lots of sunshine, but cooler temperatures. Those temperatures, we'll have those for you, and of course, where you can maybe see some flurries in the short term. That's straight ahead on Breakfast Television right here on City TV.